Welcome back. Now, the advent of the information revolution has brought with it a new form of criminal behavior, cybercrime. Cybercrime has been classified into three broad categories. Crime against organizations, that is companies, corporations or government establishments, and crime against society at large. Cybercrime is growing faster in Africa than any other continent. It is in a bid to raise awareness and check the practice here in Ghana. This week is being observed as Cyber Security Week. The 2016 National Cyber Security Week and Conference is on the theme unifying our efforts to secure our cyberspace. Tonight, I'm engaging an expert in the person of Albert Entry Bosiako, who is founder and principal consultant of E-Crime Bureau. Mr. Entry Bosiako, how are you?
Hi, Steve. Good.
I know we've been talking about cybercrime a lot of times, and there is a need to create awareness, but tell us how bad the situation is in Ghana and Africa.
Well, I think I wouldn't like starting as to how bad the situation is. As a matter of fact, I would like to look at the positive side, and you know, these are more or less the triggers for cyber criminality. If you look at our country, there has been a lot of development when it comes to cyber infrastructure. We have fiber optic development, we have internet penetration going up, we have the 4G, and we also have a lot of development within the ecosystem, e-banking.
And all of those other things which make people's lives easier.
Absolutely.
The criminals are taking advantage of those to get at us.
That is really the basis. As Ghana move towards adopting technology, then you also expect those guys also to take advantage and make their money. It's also their business. So, yeah, we need to look at this.
So you wouldn't be able to say that as widespread as internet penetration is, it comes along with increase in cybercrime as well. Should we take it as normal?
There is no doubt that there is a correlation, a direct correlation. As we move more onto the cyber platform, then we create a target, the attack base for cyber criminals. And that is what we are seeing. But there is a real problem here. If you look at the rate at which Ghanaian businesses, for example, are adopting technology and the way cybersecurity measures are being introduced into the organization, you see some gaps. So one of the key objectives of the Cybersecurity Awareness Week is to bring this to bear, to bring industry players together, to discuss how best to address some of these issues going.
You talk about lapses. What are some of the lapses? Let's get a fair understanding of the vulnerabilities that companies are putting themselves through when it comes to cybersecurity.
Right. There are several, but I will start more or less with a human component of this. If you assess our cybersecurity landscape, one of the key things we need to do is employees. How well are the employees informed about cyber threats? This is a key measure. We also have to look at...
It doesn't mean that when we're employing people, we should know their backgrounds first, or we've gone past that. You get the employee and then you need to let them know what to do?
Absolutely. You need to run them through information security training. That is the basic. They need to be aware. They are going to use the system. What are the risks associated with the use of the systems? They need to know. It's very important. I mean, the background checks also come in because you're going to have people who will be running your network for you, and you really need to be sure.
They are.
Absolutely.
Whether they have criminal intention or whether they plan to harm your business.
Brilliant. But we're also looking at standardization. Within the last few years, the country has witnessed a lot of applications being developed by local players and also foreign players. Now the question is, have we assessed these applications before we deploy them in terms of security?
You think we are not?
We haven't done much. So the question of standardization is not every application.
Who's responsible for doing that?
Well, I mean, when you talk of cybercrime management, it's a collective responsibility, but we also expect the nation to drive this effort, and that is why I think the National Cybersecurity Policy and Strategy.
I'm asking this on the back of the fact that a couple of weeks ago, a government website was hacked by foreign nationals. When this happens,
Well, Steve,
it exposes us to
well,
a
I
lot
mean,
of
there's no doubt there was an
embarrassment.
embarrassment. There's no doubt. I mean, the incident was quite embarrassing, not just to the government, but to us, even as citizens and we within the industry. But the reality is, hacking is an existential threat within the information technology society. What we ought to do now is to rather stay proactive. In other words, we have to be quicker than the hackers. In other words, we need to stay on top.
And how do we do that? Invest in more technology? Invest in training of officials? What exactly will be the top priority you would recommend for a government agency seeking to protect all the government portals? Now, we're introducing e-driver license, e-passport, all of that. So if we do not have the fundamentals of cybersecurity, anti-security systems, we're losing it, aren't we?
Absolutely. Well, I think addressing cybersecurity challenge like this is seen from different angles. So we need to look at the human component. So investment in training. The users, the managers of the system will have to be trained. But we also need to deploy technology, cybersecurity solutions. As we police our physical world, we need to also have solutions to police our cyber environment, which is key. We need to do regular audits, checks on our systems. This is also very important. This is
not being done.
It's not.
I wish we could go on and talk more, but I am very confident we'll continue this discussion a lot more, but I'm afraid that's what time will allow us. My name is Stephen Anti, and you're still watching News at 10.